Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a magic overview of the very powerful magic known as Z magic. So first we're going to show off where to get it, and also while we're going there, this is its dash, which is, there's no argument, it's the best dash in the game. You just hold Q in the sky and it's basically as good as Light's dash but faster, and it's amazing. Anyways, the way you get Z magic is you must defeat the legendary boss known as Broly, who spawns in where I am showing only in the springtime. And when he first spawns in the springtime, it won't pop up saying a legendary boss had spawned, because you must do half his health in order for the legendary boss has appeared tag to pop up. Anyways, he's a pretty difficult fight and it is a very rare drop from him. I actually had to trade for mine, so good luck getting it. Anyways, let's go over all the moves. So there is a lot to talk about with Z magic. First is the Kai Blast at level 1. This is easily one of the best level 1 moves in the game, if not the best. You can spam it almost as fast as your mouse can click. It does a lot of damage, and the main reason why it does a lot of damage is just because you can spam it so quickly. Now, it is a bit of a mana user. You will burn through your mana when you spam this attack, but it does do a lot of damage, and you're not going to be using this at actual magic level 1 because there's no way you're farming Broly at that low of a level, but anyways, it is pretty good due to its spamability. So the next move you unlock is the Beam Cannon at level 15, and I would say this move is pretty okay. There's really nothing bad to say about it. It does a decent amount of damage. Its cooldown really isn't that bad, but it does take up quite a bit of mana for how little it does compared to the rest of the moves. Like, overall, this is a good move, but compared to the rest of the moves of Z magic, I would probably rate this as the worst. The main reason why I say Kai Blast is slightly better is just because it's more spammable, but still, Beam Cannon looks nice and does an okay amount of damage. The third move is the Kamehameha at level 36, and this does a lot of damage and will damage anything within its radius. So it has a decently long range, although it's not as long range as something like Hero Magic or anything like an Esper, but it still has a decent amount of range. It does a lot of damage. A massive blue beam will be fired. Anything inside takes a ton of damage, and it is very good against bosses. The only downside I can say about the Kamehameha is the fact that it uses a lot of mana, but everything in this magic type uses a lot of mana, because this is supposed to be pretty much the best magic in the game. I mean, I'm sure there's arguments with that, but overall I would say this is the best magic type. It's just so powerful, especially with moves like this. So the fourth move is the Omega Blaster, which you can use at level 49 magic. This is a fantastic boss killer move as well, just like the Kamehameha. It does use a lot of mana, same with everything else, but it does do a lot of damage because of that. So you'll stop wherever you are when you use it, like you'll stop and float in the air for a little bit, and then you fire off this blast attack that does a okay amount of AoE radius, and this does a lot of damage. So Kamehameha and Omega Blaster together does a lot of burst damage. Like, you will shred bosses with these. The only thing you have to worry about is your mana. Like, you need a lot of mana to make this magic type useful. And yeah, overall a fantastic move, and it has a pretty cool effect because it changes your screen's color for right when you use it, just like Broly does in the boss fight. So I really do think it's a fun magic move to use. Now, the final magic move of the magic type Z you get at level 62, and this is Spirit Bomb. This is a very powerful and very interesting move. So just like the Crimson Staff, you must charge up this attack. So you must use Spirit Bomb 4 times before you can actually launch the attack, and on the 5th time you launch the attack. So essentially, just like you do in the anime, every single time you use the Spirit Bomb attack, you're going to be charging it up in the sky. Once it is ready after 4 charge ups, on the 5th one, you actually release it. And it does a ton of damage. This is easily one of the most damaging moves in the entire game. However, it is very difficult to use due to the requirement of having to charge it up over and over again in order just to fire it off once. So this is one of those moves that it can be very good to use. You must plan out where you want to use it, of course, due to the charge up factor. But if you actually hit your target with it, it is going to pay off a lot. It just does so much damage. It does cost a lot of mana, of course, due to how much damage it does, but overall it's a really good move. So Magic Type Z also has a spec, the Super Saiyan, or the SSJ, whatever you want to say. So the Super Saiyan will be your number 6 slot. And you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but for what I can tell, it doubles your damage. And then when you either run out of stamina from using melee attacks from your weapon, or run out of mana, that is when your SSJ will deplete. So please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but from what I can tell, you do 2 times damage until either your mana is depleted or your stamina. And it is super powerful. Now, I wouldn't recommend you use this all the time because you will really struggle to regain your mana if you do this. However, I do think the SSJ move is fantastic against the Regulus boss. Essentially, strat you do is you activate Super Saiyan and then you use Wardo's Time Stop and then you just shred with a melee weapon. But overall, this is easily one of the best specs in the entire game just due to how much damage it can let you do. Like, you just do so much more. Overall, the Magic Type Z is incredibly powerful. If you use all of its moves, you'll be doing a ton of damage. However, you will struggle a little bit with your mana just to how expensive everything is. But still, this is a very viable Magic Type in pretty much any situation. All the moves are very comboable with moves from other Magic types, such as Esper. If you use Esper's gravity moves to freeze your enemy, stuff like Kamehameha and Omega Blaster will be a lot more effective. You can even do some form of stun locking strategy where you use the Esper attacks of gravity to stun your enemy, and then you can utilize Spirit Bomb in order to do a ton of damage while they are stuck in place. Overall, there is really nothing bad about this magic besides how much it costs to use it and how hard it is to get. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my Magic Type Z overview. Comment down below if there's anything I got wrong or anything I forgot. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Bye.